All right. Hey. Welcome. We are here for episode 2 of Grim Hollow Fables, the Unseen Citadel. Citadel of the Unseen Sun, rather. So excited. We've got our amazing players here today. And again, if you are at all doing this adventure, spoilers, because we're going to get into a bunch of it. Last, where we left everybody off here, was, I think, quite interesting. All right, everyone, um, you could say, moving themselves through a job in which they were simply asked to find a sigil, a circlet that had a cracked peridot that seemingly at one point was a lich's phylactery, though long since no longer used for that. Went into a place known as the Penumbro Vestibule. After some running through laser traps, uh, in which they almost died, and solving a few puzzles, and figuring out just exactly how best to deal with various types of undead in the sunless area known as the Ostian Empire. Our amazing group of adventurers happened upon the room where there was an actual lich, who, not introducing himself, simply began to chat. At the end of this chat, unleashed a insane spell of pure sunlight that melted their skin, turned their bones to dust, sent them seemingly to some type of afterlife. As they fell into the darkness, they each encountered this feeling of time passing without quite knowing how long. And ultimately, even felt themselves being resurrected. A light came from their chest. They had one again, and they found themselves in a body right before they all woke up, gained consciousness on a heap of bones. That after seeing a terrified gnome freak out over their appearance on said bones, were immediately grabbed by skeletons and had to fight their way out. Every moment they spent on this pile produced more and more skeletons until they ran to a more central room to make some type of defense. And now, all of you huddled in this room, skeletons barreling down the hallway, we will pick up. So immediately, what would you all like to do?
Well, who's all in this room? It's our party and the gnome.
Yes.
All right, I will. I think I will go right in front of the doorway then, trying to stop my little body with my little body, the skeletons. My body block the door.
Okay, so you go down this passageway. The ceilings here are 60 feet high. This door reaches very tall, and this is mostly like it looks like just dirt, almost like things have been dug up, and you immediately kind of face the door as these things are coming down. What about everybody else?
I think I would first like to cast Cure Wounds on myself because I am hurting.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I guess I would just be like trying to help Ruby at this point. In case any skeletons make it into this area, or if anything makes it into this area.
Okay, so you get next to Ruby and just are ready to defend.
Yeah.
All right.
Lamartis will walk over to the gnome and say, "No, where the hell are we? How did we get down here?"
We'll get to that. You're in the ditches. And he kind of yells, Zeldris, get your butt over here and help. And I think coming around the corner here, you've seen skeletons barreling down. You're sort of new to this whole thing, but you know enough then to listen. You know to listen to Yelzin, who's the gnome in front of you. What does everybody see?
A changeling warlock who's like 6'4", ragged clothing.
I got you.
no.
So do you? You have like the white pale skin? No
Yeah.
form currently. They
No
recognize
form
you as
currently.
changeling. Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Excellent. So changeling has like almost like scale light white skin. You kind of feel like Mystique, but entirely albino is the picture that we're getting here, to form a thing. All right. As that's happened, the skeletons that you had not dealt with yet are coming through the hallway. I would say just about right with you, Ruby, and I believe Sully's there.
Are we getting the feeling that more are coming, or is there like a discrete number that we can like get rid of and then there will be no more skeletons?
Sure, make a perception check.
Oh, very good. That's good. Hold on. Like 21.
21. Okay, you look behind and you remember like every 3-6 seconds new skeletons were arising coming out of this pile of bones before, and as you just gaze down this, as you see now, hallway that has like bones and different bits of creatures sticking out of it, decaying. You see the pile, and there does not appear to be more coming through, but there are about 4 marching down the hallway. So there's not any more coming out of the bone pile itself. The number does seem to be set.
And Zeldris came from the same hallway or from a different hallway?
From a different hallway that is a little bit further back.
Got you. I mean, I'm thinking, why don't we go to Zeldris instead of Zeldris coming here? Why don't we go running away?
I think it's a good idea.
They'll probably still follow us. Unless we can find a way to bar this entrance.
How many skeletons do we currently see? Like, there's just like tons coming through.
4.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So at this point, Yezhin, who has introduced himself as the gnome, he's like, I mean, it's best if we can hold them off here. It's a little easier.
We can bottleneck them, and then Lamartis will find some cover and just peek behind it or something if there's a pillar, and wait for them to come.
Absolutely. Give me just one second here.
I guess I will maybe get to the other side of the doorway to be opposite my 2 friends.
All right. So.
And I'm thinking I would like to take my 2 short swords, but I would like to turn them around so that they are like hilt first.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, then everyone can go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Oh,
Damn.
it was on 17, and then it was like, fuck you.
This did to me too.
I got really high for initiative today.
I got a 1
I got an
plus
8.
4. Oh yeah, that's wild.
All right. Zeldris, what did you get?
8.
8. And then Gorgo?
9.
9. Bell?
19.
15. Cassius isn't with us, so then Kinturi got 4. Lamartos, I have 5.
Yeah.
And Ruby, I have 8.
Yep.
Perfect.
Some quick shooters over here.
All right. And for this combat encounter right here, it's going to be a little bit theater of the mind, but that won't be every encounter today. So the first one coming through this hallway, kind of slumping through. So the first one here kind of blocking the way. Ruby, you're there. and it raises like basically what looks like a sharpened bone as it goes to strike you with a 20 to hit.
Yes.
All right. So it strikes your. Actually, as it strikes you, as Zeldris is watching this, why don't you describe what Ruby looks like for him?
So in this 60-foot tall doorway, you see a 2-foot doll, like almost like a Mariette doll that's charcoaled to the edges. The where he's been struck before, you can see like fresher wood, so you can see it's just a top covered black charcoal skinned. He has 2 different types of blades on his back that, like, if they were put together near the hilt, it would look like a giant shear.
Cool. Okay.
And yeah, he's just standing there with his fists.
All right. Slashes your wooden form, causing a few chips to come off. It's going to be 4 slashing damage.
All right.
All right. Let's see. In this Bell, it's your turn.
So I can come up along the side of it, so I can get sneak attack damage on it, right?
Yeah, you can kind of sneak right in this kind of larger hole.
All right. So I'm gonna have my short sword and dagger out, and I'm gonna come up along the side of it,
Okay.
and I'm going to first swing with my short sword.
Okay.
16 plus 6, that's 22.
22 hits.
22, yeah. Okay. That's a D. So sneak attack is 1d6 plus the d6 of my attack. So that's one of them plus 4, so that's 10. And then the d6 sneak attack is plus 2, so 12.
12 damage. All right. You come alongside here, and there's a point where it seems like there's like mud and like leftover organic material. Like some of it looks like skin, some of its fingers that have been
Ugh.
formed to kind of create the knotting that connects the skull to the spinal cord itself. And you just kind of you start to rip that away. You cut it deep, almost severing it completely before you have to take it out to not get your sword stuck, but it's a massive amount of damage.
And then
Nearly headless.
yeah, headless. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to thrust my dagger from my other hand into it.
Okay, yeah.
And that is and I do add on my hit DC with the bonus action attack, right? Or is it just a straight roll?
I believe it's just dex is what you get. You get straight roll plus your dex if you don't have like two-handed weapon fighting or anything like that.
I do have 2 weapon fighting.
Okay, then
From
it's a roll. Yeah, regular
Okay.
roll.
So I just take what's on my d20 then.
You-
Right? Okay, so
You
it's
make a
just an
regular
8.
attack.
It's just an 8.
Okay. You got it. All right. So you try to get that last bit. You're just unable to. You look around, hoping to end this threat. Gorgo, it's your turn.
Oh, that's me. Okay, I would like to. I am taking my short sword, but the handle end forward and on both hands the same thing, and I would like to swing them both together and sort of bash the head of the skeleton that is in the doorway right now.
All right, make your attack roll.
Is this so? How am I doing?
Use your regular attack for this.
Okay, well that one was garbage. Hold on. So the first one did not hit. 7, 8, 12 for the second one.
12 is not going to hit.
Oh my goodness, they are both missing. That is great.
Yeah. Just your hand dings against the wall. Unfortunately, this is, and actually, I meant to do this. Bell, well, actually, we'll give Gorgo, why don't you describe your character as you fight here?
Oh yes. I am a like average sized human lady. I have like very sort of cool, dusty brown skin. I have piercings everywhere and lots of sort of jewelry, but the jewelry is kind of rather than like shiny gemstones, it's sort of like all stonework and marble, this kind of a thing. I have scale mail on, and I have these swords and a longbow with me, and I have this hair that is like sort of rolled or braided in like these very thick kind of rolls held in the back, and they sort of are shiny and kind of moving in this really kind of unsettling way.
Cool.
Excellent.
And now I am very grumpy. You guys are very annoying. I have not killed any single one of you yet, and I am sort of getting very frustrated because killing is my thing. So,
All right. Ruby, it's your turn.
I I'll bonus action rage.
All right.
You'll see this little short stature do a very like hoarse scream. And I will go ahead and punch the skeleton that attacked me.
You got it. The raging doll attacks.
And that's a 19 to hit,
19 hits.
and that'll be 5 damage.
How are you going to kill this thing?
I will go for one of its. I'll go for the knee part of the skeleton, so that way it would fall down and just crumble right near me.
Yeah, taking your fist, you just crack. Really, the knee's not a bone, but that's okay. You crack where the things would animate, and the femur shatters, and it ends up falling down, severing from all of its muddy stuff that's holding it together, and falls lifeless to the ground. At this point, the next one immediately comes up, sees this. Well, not really sees this, but sensing the fight here, is going to attack you again, Ruby. Or not again, but a new one's going to attack you. And that's going to be an 18 to hit. Does that hit Ruby?
Yeah, that hits.
Yep, that does. And it digs into your wood, kind of deep this time, almost like the bones itself start to like move around, as making it almost like a drill that drills a hole into your wooden body for 6 piercing damage. Half to 3 because you're raging.
Yep.
And then Zeldris, it's your turn.
Okay. I will use Eldritch Blast on one of the skeletons.
You got it.
Cool. I missed 8.
Yeah, hits the ground, the ceiling above, crumples a little bit. Anything else?
No, I got no bonus actions that I can use currently.
Okay. All right. One of the skeleton comes up next to the one that was already there, taking kind of sharing this 10-foot space. Going to go ahead and strike you, Ruby, for 11, which will miss.
Yes.
All right. Whew, it's wide. The other one here is actually going to go ahead and basically is just going to it picks up a sharpened bone that looks almost like a spear and chucks it at Gorgo. For 12, which I think misses Gorgo.
it sure does.
Yeah, so against your arm, it just bounces right off. No harm. Lamarte, is your turn.
Lamartis just peeks behind the pillar that he's at, and he's going to pull out his skeletal hand there, right? And as he does, he says a few words, and a firebolt comes through out of his hands into not the first skeleton that he sees, but probably the second one if it's not too far behind that.
Okay, you get the one in the back, yeah.
Yep. All right. That's going to be 16.
16 hits.
All Where are the 10s?
Big damage, big damage.
Oh, nice. That's a 10.
Woo! All right.
Yeah, it's probably aiming for the rib cage.
Yeah, absolutely. 10 fire damage. This firebolt explodes, blackening and burning away much of the moss and stuff that seems to be holding this thing together. Pieces of the ribs begin to kind of shatter, and now it's just kind of like the stick of the spine that's kind of animated. The ribs are totally blackened into ash.
Yeah, but I'll peek back behind the pillar, and then I will have Fournier fly like higher above the doorway there, about 30 feet.
Okay. All right, why don't you describe Alamartus to us?
Lamartis is wearing black and red, and he has a white half mask on, somewhat like the Phantom of the Opera. And he has right now a glove off, one glove on, one glove off, and the one that's off has a skeletal hand with a bloodstone in the palm. He wears a red and black doublet with a jacket that has a diamond patterning all over it. And he's you see like he seems like an elf. He's about 6'2", but he just has this kind of almost spectral, otherworldly appeal to him, since he is a disembodied.
Cool.
Very cool. All right. And with that, Kintura.
All right. So there's two. There's two left, or there's one left.
3.
There's 3. Oh, okay. All right. So I would like to. Can you do a bonus action before your main action?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to please use second wind. Please roll. Wait. Did it go? Oh. Hiya! All right. 7, and then it's +2, so it's 1d10 plus 2 HP.
Yeah, so 9.
Thank God.
We get to heal up a little bit. Well, describe Kintura for us and how this healing takes place.
Okay, so Kintura is like a Laneshi, so like mer person sort of, and she's like big, 6 foot. I think she's like 6'2". Yeah, 6'2", super buff, like a warrior person. So she's like green with like seaweed looking hair, and she like fights with a shield and an axe. And I would say that probably her chainmail armor, of which she is wearing, is like aquatic themed. Her stuff is like aquatic themed. But that's pretty much what she looks like.
All right. So have your healing done.
Yeah.
What do?
I'm gonna try and hack at one of these skellies.
Got it.
All right, let's see here. Hiya! 12.
12, it just kind of hits the bone but bounces off, not able to
Lame.
get enough.
All right. I will be visibly frustrated, and then that's it.
Okay. As you're staring down, the majority of you in this kind of passageway, keeping the skeletons locked in with your, with those more ranged, more magical behind you, there is a rumbling directly behind those of you who are looking at the skellies and in front of those of you hiding in the back shooting your spells, as 2 bony horns rise from the muck. Another hand comes out, and this large skeleton of this half bull, half man form comes out and wielding an enormous axe.
Oh.
As it looks around, and immediately the gnome looks at this and goes, "New plan! Everybody get out of here!"
This is what I was saying from the beginning, but okay.
and it's going to go ahead and charge. It's kind of runs up, and it's going to go ahead and aim at Kintura here.
I like the new plan.
That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh,
That is
We're
going to
having
be
fish tonight.
That will be 25 piercing damage.
Oh, man.
The horns pierce your body through your scales. Are you up?
No.
No.
I am negative up.
Then the unconscious body of Kintura falls from its horns as it shakes, the blood spattering throughout the room. And you think it would roar had it any vocal cords, but it just kind of opens its mouth and no sound emanates.
I am having stress.
I'm having stress. I got impaled.
That's where Yasmin begins to kind of move down one of the hallways and kind of motions you. Just never mind. Let's go. And Belle, why don't you describe your character and tell us what you're going to do?
So Belle is very tall and broad-shouldered woman. She's a changeling, which you can kind of tell because some of her cloak has just like been discarded at this point because she's lost it, and you can kind of see in the light these runes that are etched into her skin that just like shimmer with the light. And her clothing is all like mismatched and sewn together leathers and fabric. And she has glowing golden eyes and brown hair tied back in a braid. And what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to run to Kintura and try and pull her towards Yelzin the gnome down the hall. I don't know how far I'm gonna get because I know I have to take half movement because I'm like pulling her with me. So
Absolutely.
but I'm going to try.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so as you grab Kintura, begin to pull her with you, and this Minotaur skeleton looks down with its axe, takes an attack of opportunity, taking its great axe straight towards you for a 14.
Oh, it just misses.
It hits the ground, blunting the axe a little bit. The skeleton that's in the front, actually, both of them are going to swipe at you with their short swords. For... Oh boy, 16.
16 hits.
All right. Oop. All right. Dice is being slow. 5 piercing from the first strike. And then the second one slashes at you. Just 11 for a miss as it kind of bounces off its friend's sword, not being able to see. And you get closer. You're not quite there. You're a good 15 feet still away from this other passageway, but you're definitely have moved Kintara away from this Minotaur skeleton. And with that, Gorgo, it's your turn. Actually, do you have a bell there? Sorry, anything else there, Bell? Action?
No, I think that'd be all of my action, wouldn't it?
Oh, grabbing and pulling. Unless you can dash. Do you want to dash?
Oh, then
with
yeah,
that?
I
Okay.
would.
So you go
would
another
use
15
as much
feet.
as the movement as I can.
You gotcha.
Like, for all
So
of my action and stuff.
You gotcha.
I'm
You pull
not
more. And you get all the way just in the mouth of this secondary pathway that leads away from here.
Nice.
Gorgo, it's your turn.
I would like to. I don't know how this would work. If I could, so somehow I leave. Either I take an attack of opportunity, or I take or I disengage as an action. But if I were to pick up,
so you actually wouldn't take anything because they've used their reactions to
baller. Okay.
to do that.
If I used my movement then to get up and pick up Kintura's other side to help Belle, would I be able to then take a dash action to do more forward movement, or because Belle has already moved, we couldn't move as a unit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. So they're about 30 feet away from you. So you take your movement to get to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Then to dash, I would say you can probably take over and get Kintura 15 feet across, but Belle would stay where she is.
Oh, okay.
Unless, let's see here. If you want, you can make an athletics check if your goal here is just to grab them both and push them as hard as you can down.
Athletic?
Yep.
Okie dokie, sure. I will try that. Let's do that. So, okay. I'm not very athletic. I'm acrobatic, but I'm not athletic. But let's do it.
I believe. I'll blow on your dice.
Okay.
So I will say this. I think I said that I was a changeling. I'm actually a downcast. I was reading stuff, and because my brain to mouth filter is really bad, I just read what I said.
I thought so.
I said what I read.
What happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have rolled a 14 plus 1 is a 15.
15. That's enough as you just barrel in and you grab both of them, a little bit falling, tripping, but staying steady, and you're 15 feet down this passageway with everybody.
Come on, my little chickens. Let's go.
All right. Ruby.
I will make my way to Lamartis, and then I'll hold my action to dash when Lamartis moves.
Okay. So you run in front of Lamartis, taking like a defensive posture,
Yep.
ready to make sure that your friend does not fall. All right, and with that, the skeleton that has struck you before sees this, rushes towards you. And strikes for a 10, which just is not able to get the right angle on your body. And then Zeldris, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to. I will run over and I'll actually do the same thing that. Sorry, what was your character's name? And Gorgo did, and try to push everyone along.
Okay. You're further back.
I'm in the back. I'm far away.
Right. So
Okay,
it's going to take
I
30
will-
feet for you to get to where they are in the tunnel.
Okay. And then can I still try to pull them then?
If you want to use your action.
Yeah.
This is going to be harder because now you're pulling 3 people.
Totally fine.
So it's a higher DC for athletics.
Okay. Probably gonna fail.
It's so funny. It's like just.
Yeah.
17.
That'll do it.
Cool.
That's exactly what I did.
Yes.
So this form's running like, go, and you grab and you just shoulder
It's the
like
adrenaline.
football, push everybody 15 more feet. So as a group, you are now 45 feet down.
Man, the adrenaline is pumping.
I love it. Let's see. The other skeleton moves to Ruby for a 14 to hit Ruby.
Yes, that hits. That is my armor class.
All right.
Who came in? Another skeleton?
Yeah, they're the 2 that were at the doorway. The one moved, and the second one just moved into face. That is 7 piercing, half to 3. So it strikes. Then the one that was right behind them takes more of a melee position and comes through and yeah, makes a straight line with the other two to hit you, Ruby.
At least you're still raging.
For 10, which will miss, not able to get you. And Lamartest, it is your turn.
All right, so they took about 20 feet from the entrance, or 25 feet to come to where, like, Rupert is, and
Yeah.
Ruby is like near me. And how far away is that big old wolf with horns?
So they went around them. He's right behind them, so about 10 feet.
Oh, son of a gun. Okay. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is Martis actually like just squeezes his hand out a little bit tightly, and the bloodstone starts to like absolutely like kind of draw force from that the skeleton with horns, and as energy kind of sucks from that, it's going to take 10 points of damage as I cast consumption, and every round it's going to feel more and more of its energy kind of seep, and then I will start running away from it towards the door 30 feet, and then as I get about at that end, so I'm 40 feet away now, I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay. Yeah, you're just able to move without getting any opportunity attacks.
That is going to be a 24.
24 hits.
And that's going to only be 1 fire damage.
1 fire damage on top of it. Yes. You can see this drawing the life out of it. It still seems to have plenty of necromantic energy left in it. And using your 30, so this is going to get you just about 10 feet inside of the doorway here.
Okay. And is the doorway, it's another tall doorway?
Yeah.
So this thing could definitely go through it.
It could.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, run! And with that, that will trigger Ruby. It's up to you if you want to. Well, actually, yeah, it's up to you. Because you got these 3 in front of you. And they just renewed their reactions.
Yeah, you would also take half the damage. Yeah. We're hoping
Sitting at
that
4.
you take. Well, I'm hoping you take none.
So yeah, I think no matter what, I think I have to run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to run.
All right. Use your held action. You book it. And they'll take their attacks. See something here. Cool. All right. First attack. Natural 20.
All right. I'm going to actually release some of that energy I was consuming and throw like negative energy at that skeleton, and he's gonna have to reroll that 20 as I cast silvery barbs.
Okay, reaction silvery barbs. $14. So they misses, right?
That's my armor class.
That's your armor class. No. All right. For that's going to be 3 half to 1.
Wow. Wow.
All right,
There's
second
still 3 up.
attack. Yeah, it's 2 more.
2 more.
22 to hit.
Oh, fucking A.
That's 5 half to 2.
Oh, man.
So there's just like bits of this wood totally gnarled out, almost looks like they're rotted from Ruby. Last attack for 15. And that is 6 half to 3.
And Ruby is down.
Yeah, as the doll just falls, separates just a little bit, not completely though. And at that juncture, Kintura, it is your turn to make a death save.
Oh.
Hee 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 hee.
And sorry, well, can I? Sorry, I have to complete
go for
the
it, go
second
for it.
part. The second part of Silvery Barbs. I didn't think that Ruby was gonna get down, but I know that Kentaro was already down, so I would be giving her the advantage for the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Okay.
So your death saves is with advantage.
Sweet.
Yeah. So this one's at
That's
advantage.
wild.
So how do I do this on D&D and Beyond? Because I see it in the top right. It says failure or success under death saves because I did enter in my health going all the way, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know where I
Click
currently
the
flip.
dice
You just
button.
roll the
Click
dice.
that
I
dice
just
button and
roll
click
just
the
a 20.
Yeah, just roll a 20.
Hiya!
You roll it twice. Definitely roll it twice.
I
Oh my
definitely rolled it
gosh.
twice.
Ooh.
Excuse me,
Oh.
nobody saw that. Look away.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh man. Oh.
Jesus.
It's
At
better
least
than
it's
a
not
one.
Yeah, at least it's
Yeah.
not a one.
One failed death save. Thankfully, just one failed death save there.
Oh man. No one saw that.
All right. Okay. In that case, the Minotaur skeleton looking. There's no, from its perspective, no living creatures left in the room. And it kind of sits. It kind of stands, crouches down, looking at the doorway, turning its axe, kind of holding, protecting the room.
Oh.
And it moves more, kind of close to the doorway. Though you
Like
feel that
closer
if you,
to us?
Yeah, though if you feel like if you would attack it, it might pursue you.
Oh well, I
But
mean,
right now, it's guarding the room.
he's gonna need to make a con save.
Okay. 12.
That fails. He will take 6 damage now, as more energy seeps through from him.
Absolutely. Starts to wither a little bit. Is not happy.
Let me use one of my blood pool. There we go.
All right. Belle, it's your turn.
Do. So how far are we away from the room down the hall?
45 feet.
Okay, never mind. Do. Lamartus is the furthest, or like the furthest down.
Besides Ruby.
Besides Ruby. But Ruby's down, so this
Ruby's down in the
probably wouldn't
room.
work. Well, it could work on Ruby. I think I'm just going to use everything I have to move us further down.
So you're dragging Kintura's body.
Yeah.
You're not dragging the whole group. Just
No. I'm just gonna kind of like get Kinturo over my shoulder, and we're just gonna move our way down.
Yeah, so it'd be 30 feet if you use your action to dash, and you
Yep.
moving down this passageway. It starts to curve over to the right a little bit. And then, Gorgo, it's your turn.
Where is the first gnome? Like here still, or down the hallway more?
So actually, down the hallway more. In fact, Bella is just kind of where he's gone. He like took off. He's like, let's go.
Okay. And I got the feeling that if I'm not in the room, then the big antlered person creature is not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the opening of the doorway, but stay in the hallway.
Okay, yeah, you can get 15 feet away from the opening with just your movement.
Sure, cool beans. And then I will take out my bow and I will start shooting at the remaining skeletons that are near Ruby and Limartis.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're still in.
I'm
Combat,
not in the
right?
room. I'm Ruby's the one that's close to it.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I'm like in front of you 10 feet. Or it's 5 feet actually.
Yeah.
Because I'm 10 feet within the doorway.
I will say, Limartis, get down! And then I will go over Limartis's head and I will shoot my bow. Okay. Oh, wait. Never mind. Okay. This is a natural one.
Oh.
Let's see here.
No, I don't want to see here.
Okay. So it goes through, and this doesn't really bother Lamartis because he's a little bit used to blood, but it does just kind of nick his ear a little as it goes through. You realize, like, oh no, almost right in the back of Lamartis, but doesn't, and just kind of goes into the room harmlessly.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I thought it was going to hit the big guy. Okay.
What did I tell you that no one makes me bleed my own blood?
Listen, and this is nothing else I can do, so I will just. I'm so mad.
Ruby, I need your first death save, please.
Three.
That's one fail. Okay. Skeleton that's in the room kind of puts away its sword, digs deep into the muck to pull out like a sharpened bit of bone, and throws it. We're going to go to Lamartes. And that's 14 to hit Lamartis.
Yep, just hits.
Max damage, 8 piercing damage.
Owie.
So, sticks into your robes. And with that, Zeldris, it's your turn.
All right. I will. If I back up 10 feet, can I still see the skeletons? Like, how far can I back up and still see the skeletons?
10 feet to do it.
All right, cool. So I want to back up just so I'm a bit safer. And then I'll cast. I'll just blast on one of the living skeletons that's around Ruby.
Okay.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. 9 damage.
9 damage. All right.
Aim for the scorched one.
Yeah, which one did you aim for? Did you aim for the scorched one?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, your blast goes forward, and this thing explodes with your energy, and the bones riddle the room. It is done.
Cool.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's
Okay. Similarly, this next one takes out a piece of sharpened bone, the skeleton, and this one will go towards Gorgo. For 8, as it just goes into the wall, sticking in there. Lamartes, it's your turn.
So I'm probably about 50 feet away from where Ruby and the skeletons are.
No, because Ruby got dragged a bit. Ruby moved.
Oh, yeah, okay. They both.
So Ruby's about 10 feet away from the doorway here.
So I'm about 20 feet away from them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me move. And it's just a clear doorway, right? Nothing here, but just hallway.
Right. Just the skeleton is the miniature skeleton is basically right behind Ruby's body.
Okay. And I'm going to move down 20 feet into the tunnel.
To the doorway.
And yeah,
Okay.
closer to like where everyone else is, just
Okay,
20 feet.
So back a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast a fireball at the one that shot me.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That's another 24.
That is.
That's only going to be 4 damage, fire damage.
Okay. Scorches the bones a little less, makes them a little more brittle, you think?
And before I ended my turn, well, it's the end of my turn, but how much does Ruby weigh? He's a little doll, right? I mean, he can't weigh too much, right?
Doesn't weigh much, no. Well,
Oh.
I think it's. What's your weight that you have there, Jeb?
I was trying to find the Grim Hollow so I could see the Welshkins. I never saw a weight for him, so I would say he weighs like a child, so like 30 to 40 pounds, not even.
My Tresham has a terrible strength score of 3, but it can still carry up to 45 pounds. Can my Tresham swoop down and grab like his britches and just like fly away?
Well, half movement.
Yeah, so fly down diagonally and then try to fly up as much as you can.
It's not gonna be able to fly him away. It can drag him along the ground away.
That's no problem.
So it comes down. It will get an attack of opportunity from the Minotaur.
That's fine. That's fine. I will take that chance.
Swings its axe to hit this little flying thing for 17.
It hits.
How much HP does it have?
5.
5, yeah. Yep, no chance. Fades away. Though we'll say it's able in that moment to give 5 more feet towards the door.
Okay.
Anything else?
We have to get him somehow. We have to take care of these skeletons and this
I got an idea.
blundering head beast is sitting down, so it will take some time for him to get up and go towards us, but we need to get him.
All right. Kintara, please make your second death save.
Do I still have advantage?
No.
Fuck. Hiya!
Oh my gosh.
I quit. I'm not gonna roll these little fucking digital dice anymore, okay?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not for it.
So
Suffer
that's
with the
another
math
fail.
like I do.
Let me put it in here.
All right, that is the second failed death save.
Oh my god.
The large Minotaur skeleton backs up just a bit, crouches down, looks like it's getting ready to charge the first thing that would enter the room.
The Minotaur does?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And then does it make another con save?
Yes. It does until I lose concentration.
That's 8.
All right. And that's an 8. Taking 8 more damage.
All right.
We can do this all day. I'm gonna sit down myself.
Belle, it's your turn. You can make a medicine check.
I can.
On Katura, you do have her, yeah.
Okay.
Woo.
I will try to make a medicine check to see if I can do something for her.
Okay.
Oh, please. My medicine is +1, so I have a 10.
10. You go up to her, and it's weird, the physiology, you're not familiar with it, but you think you have enough, and you kind of tighten over a few gills, and you're like, okay. and it seems like she's stabilized.
Praise.
Anything else?
I think I'm going to stay where I am with her and kind of like look down the hall to see everybody coming.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that everyone has followed. It seems like they've stopped somewhere out of your sight because you've turned the corner here. But then Gorgo, it's your turn.
Okay, I am having a question. So from where I am, could I... So from where I am, if I entered the room, I get the feeling that the Minotaur creature would attack me first,
Yes.
before any of the skeletons might attack me.
Right.
Okay. Can I use my full movement while taking the dodge action? Can I dodge while moving?
Yeah.
I mean, you're moving. Yeah, moving then action. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to take my full movement, trying to go towards Ruby, but have the dodge action so that when I am being attacked, is it a disadvantage? Is that what
Yeah,
it
you're
is?
like
Or-
20. You're 25 feet away from Ruby, I think. So.
Oh, bless. So I will go my full movement and then get ready to take Ruby. I don't think I could take Ruby and come back, though.
Right, but you kind of grab and are ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will say, you guys with the fireballs, keep shooting. And I will be going.
Okay, so then you get there, and it's going to try to strike you with its axe immediately, as it's using its reaction to do so, because of its held action. So that will be a disadvantage. 10.
Yeah.
As it misses into the ground, picks it up and now steadies itself.
Some may say I am slippery.
And I would say you're able to grab. You could probably get 5 feet with Ruby here, just getting ready to go.
And I'm grumbling the whole way. I'm like, you
Yeah.
little pathetic. I am here trying to take you. You look so sad. Let's go.
All right. Ruby, it's your turn. Please make a death save.
$13.
One
Nice.
success.
Almost rolled to a 1.
Oh.
Sat on that edge.
I know. That I was like, not a natural one. Ruby would be gone.
Lasso
All right.
Ruby.
As you hear Gorgo carrying Ruby, you still hear the clattering of the wood.
Yeah, the wood.
So-
It's like a maraca.
All right. Last skeleton. So where you're moving, yeah, you being in the room, its attention's coming to you, Gorgo, as the skeleton now kind of moves and comes back to where you
Well.
and this Minotaur skeleton are.
At least you're still dodging.
Yeah, dodge.
Oh,
still
really?
persists.
Yeah, you dodge. Yeah, you every turn attack that is made against you, and you can make deck saves with advantage too. Dodge is
Yeah.
fun. It's,
It will
Underrated,
flank
actually.
for advantage, but only get 12.
Oh,
Miss, and then
I feel like I'm
Zeldris,
like
it's
one of
your
those
turn.
footballers that are like,
Yeah, you're like, no.
yeah.
Just stiff arming all the skeletons.
Yeah. All right, Zeldris, it's your turn.
All right. From where I am, I will actually use my Eldritch Blast. And how many skeletons are remaining?
2 and the big guy.
Then I will do it on I'll do it on one of the skeletons, like not the big guy.
So one of the damaged skeletons.
Yeah. 22 to
Nice.
hit
That hits.
and 14 damage.
fuck yeah.
14. So there, another explosion of bone as Zeldris explodes another one.
Nice.
There's only one remaining, and it's its turn. As it's going to strike at Gorgo.
With disadvantage.
Do it. I dare you.
Yeah, you're gonna fend it off. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a 14, so it doesn't even matter. It's going to miss. All right, then Lamartus.
I'm gonna move down another 20 feet, saying, "Come on, come on, come on!" And then I'll peek to the right side and I'll blast the last one with firebolt.
All right.
Uh, 17.
17 hits.
Nice. That's a 9.
Nice. Scratched and cracked and scorched. This thing gets up as it looks. Or Gorgo is very upset. Anything else?
Nope. That's it. At the moment, yep.
All right, Kintaro, you are stabilized, so you do not have to make death saves.
Yeah, but you are incapacitated for the round because of our new rule.
Right.
Well,
So
she's
do I
not. She's
put-
not. She's not
Oh.
up either. She's still at 0.
Right. True.
Okay, right. Okay. But I can clear
Why is
this
she
off of
incapacitated?
here.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah. Okay, so we took a rule out of Grim Hollow that even if you go down and you get health points back for the round, you're still incapacitated until your next turn because it just adds like a grittier aspect to it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
That's like the only additional rule.
Yeah, that's the one additional rule we added from Grim Hollow.
Can I
There-
have my tongue sticking out at least? Like all dramatic, like a cartoon. Yeah, okay. That's all I ask. Thank you.
Slowly shoves the tongue back in her mouth. Slimy.
Oh yeah, probably not. There's like a barnacle or two on there.
Hey. Probably.
All right, I'm gonna play the skeleton. Right, it backs up a little bit, then takes a full lunge so that it can try to gore you with its large horns at disadvantage.
This is me?
Oh, the big guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh man.
please.
It's disadvantage.
Oh. Is that 220s or something, Matt?
14.
Oh, you
For a
missed me.
miss. Whew.
You were
She gets out like
making
her
me
red cape.
nervous.
Yeah, he was like, ah! They just kind of do like a quick shift, and these two large horns, definitely your height, just shink, and they just scratch where you're trying to run in the doorway.
I pee just a little bit.
But it is right where you are now, so it can do opportunity if you move out of its attack range. But Belle, it is your turn.
I'm really far down the tunnel now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm about 40 feet away, and you're far as hell from where I am.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stay with Kentura.
Okay.
Then.
Go
Yeah.
on your body.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, Gorgo.
If I use just regular movement, I can get into the hallway.
Yes.
Yeah, and you could still take the dodge action again if you want to.
But you can also take disengage.
Right. I don't know
Disengage,
if that's
true.
just better because then it just doesn't happen and I can just go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to do that. I go, hi, and then I go, ah! And I'm running.
Yeah. Kind of do a spin turn. It can't quite figure out how to do that. And you go 15 feet, which gives you just within 5 feet of the doorway.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
No, you're 5 feet in.
In the doorway, yeah.
Oh, bless. Okay. Okay. Oh,
Oh, wait. He needs to take a constitution check.
Yes.
Saving throw or whatever. Is it?
19.
All right, he gets that one. No damage this time.
I will slump down on the wall and I will put Ruby there, and I am just sort of baffled by Ruby's anatomy, attempting maybe next time to do a medicine check, but I would not know how.
I love it. With that Ruby, I need another death save. You've been jostled around, dragged.
4.
Failure. All right. Then Zeldris, it's your turn.
Can I get to Ruby or no?
Where you are, yes, you can just get to Ruby if you want. There's also the other skeleton that's still up, but it's up to you.
I think I'll go to Ruby and try to do a medicine check on him.
Okay, so you're trying to figure out how this doll works.
I got a 9.
A 9. You're moving around. You're like, I don't know. Do I need a screwdriver? Is there wood around here? And you get there's something magical about its essence, and you're just not sure what to do. And that will be a failure on your medicine check. And now it is the second skeleton. You're very far up at this point, so it's able to get right to the doorway here and still be able to slash. It's going to slash at Zeldris. Try to dig its short sword with a natural 20.
Oof.
Can I use my reaction to do hellish rebuke on it?
At the same time, yeah.
Cool. It's a dex saving throw.
Okay. So let me get its damage for you. It will be 10 piercing,
Cool.
and for its dex save, it only got a 10.
It's 15. Cool.
Yeah.
So 9 damage.
9 damage. The sword gets deep into you. What does it look like when you do your hellish rebuke?
You point your finger at a creature that damaged you, and it's surrounded by hellish flames.
Yeah. Just do you do a particular rebuke, or
I didn't know
is
there.
there any flavor you?
Yeah.
No, if there's any flavor you want to add, is all I'm asking you.
Oh, cool. No, it'd just be like bright white flames.
Okay.
Exploding from any like crevice or hole in the body, so it doesn't come out from just like anywhere. Just like comes out from like the eyes, the mouth, and the ears.
Yeah, and ribcage because of the skeleton. So the white light just kind of this white light fully encompasses this skeleton, bright flames, and it goes out, and there's simply blackened dust in a little pile left over.
Cool.
It is gone for it daring to hurt you. And Martes, it's your turn.
Can we, Gorgo and I, exchange holding Ruby? I think maybe I'm 20 feet away. Can I take him in my arms and walk another, 5 feet or so ahead?
Yeah, you can.
And then while I do that, can I do a medicine check on him?
Yes.
Oh, shit. That's a 14.
A 14. There's this brief moment where you just recognize some of the fey energies that still run through Ruby's body and kind of mixing them a bit with your own, just slightly tinkering them in your mind. You're able to stabilize.
There we go.
Slouchkin.
There we go, my boy. We're almost out of here.
All right. Skeleton. All right. So, Gregor, you were right in the doorway. The big skeleton wants to take a swipe at you.
Oh. I should have done that.
13.
No, I can hit me.
Just cracks against the doorway. Oh. And then, Belle, it is your turn.
I think I'm going to look to see if Yelzen has still kept on running or if he's like still with us.
You see Yelzen is you look, he has stopped in this room just and has begun yelling like, hurry up, what are you doing? Get out of there!
I'm gonna call down the other end of the hall where everybody else is. Are we clear? And wait for an answer.
Got it. And with that, it is Gorgo's turn.
Okay, I am going to go.
Disengage, probably.
Oh, this seems like a suggestion. Okay. Wait. Okay. So
You don't have to. You can take an opportunity if you want.
wait. So okay. So I forgot. The big guy is trying to attack me, right?
He's 5 feet right there, so you're still within melee. You'd be exiting their melee.
Okay. Okay. So then I can't do anything but that.
Yeah, disengage and move.
You can
Yeah.
disengage and move.
Yeah. I know, but I can't use a bonus action.
And you got your full movement now.
I mean,
'cause
you
I'm-
can use a bonus action.
My only bonus action is like 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, so then no. Right.
Am I also engaged with? Am I in melee range with the small skeleton?
No,
who is...
they've all been obliterated.
Oh, my mistake. Okay, I will disengage and happily run away. This is totally fine. I will say, "Oh, you good?" And I will pat Lamartes on the back and say, "Good luck with this," and then I will go.
Yeah, and disengage would be all opportunity attacks
Yes.
too, so you wouldn't have to worry about everyone else around you.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
All right. Dora, I don't know whose turn it was.
Well, I'll say at this point, well, I guess this is Lamar. Let me go down in case people don't want to do one action here.
Because I'm still concentrating on that spell, and I did some math, and I wanted to know if that guy was going to come towards us or not.
Okay, so Ruby is stabilized. And so technically it is Zeldris' turn again.
Cool. Am I within melee range of this big guy?
Yes.
Then I will also use my action to disengage and get out of there as fast as
Get
I
out of there.
possibly can. I'll also give
Lamartis a pat on the back before I go. Tell me you've got this. As I flee.
As I am walking kind of next to you, I'm like, "Are you copying? Are you following me? What is this?"
Can I take her shape just as a joke?
That would be so funny. Please do.
I'm walking a little
Guy's
faster.
Change lead.
And then I turn around and I'm like, "Hey, actually, this is kind of flattering."
That's awesome. All right, Lamartis, it's your turn.
I'm 10 feet away from this thing, but I'm just going to casually run away as I have Ruby in my left hand, and I'm like, "You have fun with that," as I twirl my skeletal hand to the beast, and I walk 30 feet away. But I'll actually probably a dash away, so I'm running towards everyone, and as I do my Twitter, I'll probably slap both of them on the back because I don't know which is which. And so,
The bony hand.
right? Exactly. Yeah, but I was curious to see if I felt before I left. Did I feel like this? Was he going to follow us? Especially if I kept my concentration on my spell.
I feel like he's not going to follow right now.
Okay. I'm going to keep concentrating on that spell.
Okay, so what does that last, a minute?
A minute. So it's basically 54 seconds left because it's whatever, how many, 60 seconds around or for 10 rounds or something like that. So
6 seconds around. Well, he's done 3 saves, I believe.
Yeah, so it'd be 40.
So 7 saves left.
Yeah, so I rolled some D10s if you want to roll some concentrations.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do real quick. We'll
Okay.
just see what goes on here. All right.
I'm just imagining if you actually kill this thing.
That would be crazy.
What's your DC?
It's going to be 14.
Okay. I'm just doing this real quick. Oh no.
No, sorry, 16. No, that's Stola. My bad. I'm wrong one. 14. Definitely 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah. How does she even get up here?
Very bright.
Okay. 3. All right, so after 7 rolls, there's 5 successes and 2 fails.
All right, I will roll 2d10. Oh, that's 19, a 9 and a 10.
All right. You feel like it's still alive as your spell fades.
No problem.
That would have been wild if it just died and we weren't
Yeah.
there. Like, that's so like.
Well, I rolled
malicious.
7d10 just in case first, like to see if it all failed, and it was like 45 damage. So I was like, all right, I'll just re-roll.
Alrighty. So, as all of you catch up, you come into this larger, smaller room than where you were in. And there's a trench that separates this room from the adjacent chamber. There's steel glinting at its bottom, and it's also littered with bones. There's scaffolds that are made of decaying wood that line the walls near the pits. And the farthest wall of the chamber is carved with words, but they're difficult to read from a distance. As you see the gnome just kind of like on the side, kind of waiting for everyone to get over, like, you are slow.
Who even are you? Like, what have you even done? I don't. Who is this guy?
Whose man is this?
Whose man? This is your man, I think.
I'm Yezhin. Like, and show me some respect. Listen, I'm not the idiots who were sleeping on the bone pile.
Well, in our defense, we were not sleeping. We had been dead, and then we were not dead. So,
You and everyone else.
so we are
What
not the
is
first.
this place?
This is the ditches.
What are the ditches?
This place.
God, I cannot talk to this man.
Yeah, listen. I get it. The first time people come here, it's quite interesting. Let's get. Listen, you're obviously not complete idiots. Let me get you to. He kind of like he's holding his side. Sorry, out of breath. Let me just get you to the camp, yeah?
Sure.
As long as you have time to rest and heal, that would be perfect. Or place to rest and heal, that would be perfect.
Yeah. He is able to grab. He kind of like goes over to a side here, and he takes rope that's a rock on the end, and he throws it way high up, and it hooks around a lever that's about 10 feet up, and he pulls, and this bridge lowers down to cross this gap.
While we are waiting for the bridge to lower, I will go up to Kintora. I'm like, I am very glad to see you are not dead. I was afraid we would have to eat your body out of respect.
Katur's still unconscious.
Oh! It seems like she's not dead. I'm glad we don't have to eat her body out of respect. I guess I say this to Belle. You did a good job.
Why would we eat her body out of respect?
Doesn't it seem like something she would like?
She does like raw meat.
Yes, I thought this was a meaningful gesture. Is the bridge lowered now?
Alright. So you're able to cross the bridge with the door with the names carved on it, and Yezhin kind of keeps trying to lead you through. Do you keep following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna like what is it about this place, these hallways? What could you describe? Like, what does it look like? Does it look like we're underground? Is this...
Yeah. So all these hallways are deeply like carved, like through. Sorry, not carved, but almost look like they've been dug out through time. The creatures have moved through them. It's a mixture of like rock and mud, different places. The ditch itself is more in this mud pit. So it's dirty. Your feet sink a few inches every time you walk in here with like this kind of sound. there seems to be bits of bodies, just various places. You see a quarter of an eyeball. It just seems to be a resting place of nastiness. And here, where these things are carved, there's like a wood that has been put to reinforce. In a few places around here, there seems to be almost like as though someone was digging through a mine. Wood braces have been put up to give this a little bit more sturdier structure. And around this doorway, there's these names carved in.
Do I mention or do I notice the names or what they say?
See some. There's Nog, Remy, Leia, Thorfana, and others seem. You look and there's many more, but it just seems like with age and grime, they've just kind of faded away.
Okay. And does this gnome, does he look worried still? Like we're in immediate danger, or does he look more relieved?
He's a little calmer, but wants to keep going.
Okay.
So has a lot of like kind of intent, like one level of safety with being over the bridge as he raises back up, but still like not totally relaxed.
All right. I'll just look down at Ruby. We're almost there, buddy. Get some rest, and we'll be a-okay.
Yeah. This next room is actually entirely hewn stone. There's metal bars that rise from the floor to the ceiling, embedded through the stone, rooting them in place. The construction of the room, the exactness of the bars themselves, and the presence of this metal door looks like comically out of place here, although it's been inserted in this mud and very hand dug area. But finally, as you round this last bit, he kind of takes you through. You take a hard right, and there's warmth, fires that are piercing through this hallway. And as you come into here, there's a low conversation that comes to a stop as Yezhin navigates you past a barricade. The creaking of rotted wood on the floor here alerting to those beyond of your presence. And stepping inside, you find a small, secluded blip of civilization. 4 dirty, ragged people sit huddled around a fire and turn to you as you enter the room. Dredgers, meet our newest members, Yezhin declares, indicating you with a sweeping gesture. The rest of the dredgers smile weakly and give you weak hellos, like hello, hello. A half-elf with a wrinkled complexion, silver whiskers, and a shaved head stands to greet you and bows dramatically. My name is Aberdus. You've had the unfortunate luck to wind up stuck here with the rest of us. But you've found a good company here. Bed softer than stone, and fire warmer than the grave. I welcome you. And you should find places in beds and near our fire, so long as you contribute to the cause.
And what cause might be that?
Survival! What else?
That's it. No tricks. Just surviving.
Surviving is quite a trick down here in the ditches, you will find. But yes, we have no ulterior motive, simply keeping ourselves breathing and not food for what lurks beyond. Yezhin pipes up at this. He just says, I don't see Lemnor with us. And he looks at she, and Eber just replies to him, our fine hunter rests in her bunk. You know how her need for exploration can take its toll. But not to worry, our fine apothecary has seen to her wounds, and she will be fine in a day or so. And Aberdus turns to you again. A dredger's lifespan is somewhat short in this hellish place. Please, feel free to join us and find what solace and company you can as we try our very best to endure.
Apothecary, we have two of our friends that are wounded here. Is there any possible healing that they can get from you?
Or he goes, you can certainly ask her. I don't know what she has, though. If he kind of goes up and looks at both of them and pokes. Oh, that's interesting. They seem stable enough. Good night's rest should do them good. That should be sufficient, right?
I think we could all use a rest. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I do
definitely.
not mean to be callous, just our resources are limited. And if sleep would do as well as any bombs we may have, that seems a kindness. We have,
Yeah.
well, we have beds of a sort.
I don't suppose you guys trade any goods here.
There are things that you would be able. I encourage you, take some time and rest. You look like hell. And there are things we have salvaged that we are free to use for any who would venture out and help us survive.
Aridus, how long have you been here?
As the DM navigates to Aberd's table. All right, here we go. Myself, I have been here. Well, it's hard to say. There's no sun. There's no light of any type. There's nothing that marks our days. I've slept 50 times.
Fair enough. And did you also find yourself awakened in a random room here?
Yes, all of us have. We all died of some sort and found ourselves floating until we all saw our spark and ended up here.
We're over here playing Dark Souls. Do you mind telling me how you met your demise? I think maybe that could possibly point a finger of who owns this place.
For me, I was mistressed, and I did not get out before the betrothed to that particular person made it home.
Okay, so his fiance killed him. Nice. So I don't think I can blame unless your fiance was a lich. I don't think we can point the blame to just
No.
one person.
At least not that I'm aware of. Though they were quite bony at times.
I could imagine. Well, I'm gonna get some rest, and I hope to learn more. And I'm gonna kind of just like look at some of these people here and the other dredges, and just kind of get a feel for their mood and like what types of people are down here.
Yes, absolutely. Feel free to find me and ask me any more questions about anything around here. I'm not a leader per se, but I keep things moving the best that I can. And I keep joy in my heart of what's left of it before something eats it.
Fair enough. You keep that. It is quite important.
All right, he leaves you, and there leaves you with
Wait,
the other four.
Before
Yeah,
he leaves,
Yes.
Gorgo pats him on the back and goes, I've been there, buddy. It is. I'm glad you are doing well. I mean, life, it goes on, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Though,
I still,
well,
disguised as Gorgo, do the exact same thing. to confuse me.
And I'm just nodding and I'm looking and I'm nodding and I'm looking.
excellent. Yes. That reminds me of something else from my past, but I do have other things I must take care of. And he makes his way and
Scandalous.
leaves. And you're there with the other four, and whatever you wished to.
So,
I wanna-
Martes?
I
Oh,
want to
sorry,
find
go
somewhere
ahead.
to sleep.
Yes, Gorgo.
What exactly is, I mean, you are a very smart man. What exactly is a lich?
Well, some people, usually humans, they seem to be feast for power the most, thirst for power the most. But some people want to use magical means to get as much power as they can, which involves living for as long as they can. I believe that entity that we saw before we fell into darkness was a being like that.
I have been daydreaming about how I might want to murder this lich. And I'm thinking that I will chop up his body into little pieces and then stuff those little pieces into his own stomach. His glutton for life.
Yeah, or he could live on another way by being bone meal for the flowers.
There is a wrench in my plan. I will have to keep thinking.
But
Acid, melt bodies. It works perfectly.
Are you still looking like me as you say this?
Yeah.
I
I've been
am a
changed.
genius. That is a very good idea myself. Very good.
well,
I think I would be trying to find a place to put Kentura down because I think at this point I might be a little tired of carrying her.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I will say I have a 14 strength, but I think that at this point I would be tired.
Absolutely. They're able to show you a little bit of area. They there's a little room that has like some bunks. And one goes, he may have mine. Others of you can sleep on the floor if you want, but or you can in the prison. Just don't let that door shut. It once it's shut, it can't be opened.
well, that's good use
Good to know.
if Aberdus decides to annoy me too much.
He's interesting, but he's all right. He takes care of everybody.
And about how many dredges are here
4
that we see?
currently with you.
So the gnome,
Currently,
Aberdus,
the one talking to you right now is a female blue dragonborn.
what's,
Yeah, go ahead.
so what might your name be?
Karaganir. And yours?
I am Lamartes, and I hold up my bony hand out, and I was like, "Gosh!" And I put the glove on, and then I put it out.
Oh. You're one of those. I'm an arcane interested person as well.
Well, that's good to know. I wanted to get a lay of the land more. Are we on the material plane at all, or are we in a different realm?
No idea. I came through anything that I could use to figure that out. Didn't come with me.
That is most unfortunate. And I know this is an odd question, and you will not have the answer. But how many sleeps have you had being down here?
Myself, about 25.
So Abergus is the probably the longest running creature.
That would be Yajin.
The gnome. I wonder why he was the one to have found us. Does he do missions outside of these walls often?
Him the most. And he picked up that one, I guess, too. It's weird to take him up to his. They point to Zeldris, and they're like, when wandering around with no memory of where they came from. But most of us don't suffer from the like.
That was actually leading me to my next question. How did you get here? Do you remember your death?
A little embarrassing, but I was just working on a spell, and I mixed some of the wrong ingredients together. Everything lit on fire. And I actually was able to push out my assistants before the roof caved in.
Well, that's very noble of you. I couldn't say I would do the same. But nonetheless, you're here, and I think it's good of us to work together, put our minds, and try to escape this place, because there's no way that I'm just going to survive.
That's what they all say.
I'm sure. I've also been stuck on another plane, and now I'm here as well.
Right.
So I
Well,
believe in anything can happen.
yeah. Everybody, I'll tell you what, all those who decided they weren't just going to survive haven't.
Fair enough, and we'll see. As I probably get up, and actually am probably quite parched. What do we have to drink around here?
Kind of look at each other, and one hands you a little bit of water skin. You haven't worked for your food yet, but and actually this one is few more human, and so it's my name is Dianta. I'm quite always more interested than some of these others, but here's a little bit of water. We usually have to hunt fairly regularly, but yeah, here's and kind of has this thing. You see a bag, well, not like kind of canvas bag pops forth, and it's all means of rotted meat and vegetables. This is what we have left before we go out anymore.
Oh,
And he goes, and even you taste this water, it's nasty. She's like, we kind of drain that from the veggies.
oh,
Works out better than nothing.
all right. Thank you. Take a swig and, choke a little bit and drink some more and give it back to her. I'll look in the bag, see if there's any carrots. If there's not, then I'm like, I might try to work it out tomorrow. What type of things do you hunt in a place like this?
We all types of things. There are every once in a while, like over at the bone pile, things randomly appear.
Like us.
Like you, other times dead bodies that might have water skins or rations on them. We hunt for supplies, and we don't know where we are, but whatever is above us, things make it from there down to here.
Seems like we've met the world's cesspool.
It's a good name for it. So we just call it the ditches.
It's because I know I do have some of my stuff from back then. I will take my water skin, take a sip, and hand it to her since it's actually regular water.
Everyone kind of pauses, and she's like, "Thank you. It was quite kind."
You could pass it to Kregnir.
Okay, pass it to Agnir, and she goes. Lemnor hunts mostly, and there's a female Laneshi here, looking a lot like Kintora. She looks at. She goes, Yeah, he mostly grabbed some giant rats. That I find mostly for this group.
Delicious. Uh, well, we'll definitely try to help you tomorrow, but I think it's best that we, at least I, rest now.
Yeah. The only other person you see is a genderless Veshokend,
Okay.
which is the doll type of creature.
And actually, it's funny because I probably have like Ruby like slumped next to me, just like
Yeah.
leaning while I'm sitting here talking. And I'm like, it's another like my friend. Do you talk?
Yes, I talk. You.
Well, I'm sorry, my friend does not have the ability to, and I haven't met
Oh.
many of you.
I'm sorry. Then I guess I'm the asshole. So sorry. Tell you what, and he takes some herb paste that they quickly make, or they take some herb paste to quickly make, and rubs it on Ruby's forehead. You see it kind of like liquefies very quickly and then seeps into the wood. Goes, that'll do her. That'll do her. That. Has gender on this one?
It seems to be a boy, but I haven't really asked. It doesn't
Well,
talk.
that's fine. They'll wake up a little better than normal.
I hope that is true. I appreciate you, friend. And your name is, before I head off and lay my
Secker.
head?
My name is Secker.
Nice to meet you. And I will get up and find a place to lay Ruby down and lay myself down as well.
Before I decide to lay down, I'm actually just gonna go through my pack and make sure everything's there. Like we didn't lose anything.
Everything basically seems to be present.
Okay.
Cool.
Question. Am
Yes.
I don't think I've asked. When I use my longbow, am I expending arrows?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I
generally
only-
speaking, as long as you can, if you clear an area,
Mhm.
like so basically you don't run away. It is assumed that you pick up half of them.
Okay.
So you don't even have to tell me. You can just then get half of them back. But
Mhm.
if you run away like you did this, then you wouldn't get half of them back.
Okay.
Because then
I
usually you
don't.
pick them up and the other half are destroyed just by being used.
Between last time and this time, I don't know how much I shot it. Do you want me to just take off 5?
Just don't worry about it. I'd say just start at full and then
Okay.
take from there.
Cool beans.
Not worry about it. All right. In that case, you begin to sleep, finding your own places. And it's, for all of you, it's just blackness. There's no dreams. It almost feels as though you are standing in ever expanding night and waiting for yourself to wake up. And unfortunately, you do not have to wake a lot long, as a bell rings, interrupting your rest. And you just hear people yelling, "Zombies! Zombies!"
Okay.
Are we fully rested though and everything?
No.
Is Ruby and Kentura up, or are they still unconscious?
Oh, you guys each are conscious with 1d4 HP.
What?
Except Ruby, I'm sorry, you can roll 5d8 HP because of the herb that was given to you.
Woo!
So I think I missed that. Were you able to get a short rest at all?
No.
No.
Short rest? You may have a short rest.
Cool.
I rolled max healing, or my to my max HP.
Nice.
Wait, so I still do the whole short rest reset then too, right?
Are you
Or
fucking
did
no.
I not rest because I was bamboozled? Okay.
Right, you did not. You don't get a rest when you're at 0. You
Okay,
just have
okay.
so many hours, and then you get up with 1d4 HP, and then you can rest after that.
All right, sweet.
is the way
I
the
mean-
And
rules
for a
work.
short rest, how much do you heal?
You can roll your as many hit die as you'd like, which you have 2,
Cool.
and then that would be how you heal.
Nice.
I don't know if this is like a feat or like a special ability, or if I could just ask if I could do it. Could I trade a hit die for like a spell slot to get it back during a short rest?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Cool.
you have to have something like arcane recovery, which
Yeah,
wizards
okay.
have.
I didn't know if
Yeah.
it was like an ability that like.
Yeah,
was
there's a lot
actually
of
in-game.
there's specific abilities for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question though. All right.
Okay.
Okay, and so as you wake up, so for simplicity, I would love it if most people can roll initiative digitally, and so I will ask for that. Please roll initiative.
Fuck yeah!
14.
Give me a 2.
16.
So 6.
Nice. And then, looks like I just need Zeldris.
10.
10. Okay. Cool. So Zeldris has 10, and then Ruby's at 14, Lamartis at 23, Kintara at 17, Obelis at 8, and Gorgo at 16.
Mm.
Cool. All right. So you awaken quickly here, and there are you see in a corner people are rushing. Lamartis, you're the first one to be able to act here as you move. There are 3 wooden barricades that are set up to occupy this space, and it seemed and right beyond them, kind of already partly pushing their way through, trying to grasp some of the dredgers here, are 3 lumbering creatures. They're you recognize them immediately as zombies. Half decayed faces, yellowed teeth, their claws glowing an eerily like yellow, sickening, almost like toxic waste color.
Gross. It's mad nasty. And how this camp is, it's just one level, right?
Yeah, it's a 1 room, 1 level camp. But
Okay.
there's one big room and then a slight room where the bunks are, basically.
Right. When I get out a little bit, maybe try to hide behind anything I can in between me and the zombies. I'm guessing they're about, 30, 40 feet away from the entrance? Or?
Yeah, they're right at the entrance.
Okay.
The
And
barricades
from-
are right there. They're beginning to move through. The barricades only take up 5 feet, and they're pushing their way through, allowing the barricades to like slice them open as they're trying to get into this area. So there's
Okay.
not much time. There's one dredger right now. They're trying to hold them off with the spear, but it's quickly backing up, not wanting to sacrifice themselves, waiting for everyone to get over here.
I'm going to set on fire the first one with a firebolt.
Okay.
$20. That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
Excuse me. That's an 8.
Yeah. Firebolt burns, hits it. You can tell a lot thicker, beefier than those skeletons were. It singes their skin. No reactions.
I'm just gonna move a little bit further away. Just,
Yeah, you kind of back up, give it plenty of space. You got it. Kintira with your 3 HP.
I definitely did not just take a bite of chips and salsa. Okay, quick question.
Break soon.
So, usually I have my battle axe and my shield, right? Now, what I do not know is, do I have to take like an action to unequip those and then pull out my hand axes to toss them?
Especially for a start of a combat like this, you can start however you'd like.
Okay. So because I have 3 HP, my scaredy cat little ass is gonna throw hand axes if I can.
Okay.
It says that the range is 20, and then in parentheses it says 60, which I don't know what the parentheses means.
Okay, so what that means is that you can throw up to 20 feet normally,
Okay.
and then beyond that, you can get up to 60, but you're at disadvantage.
Okay, sure. And how far away are these guys from where I would
In
be
this
just
kind of alert
casually
area,
training?
kind of getting right out, they're about 15 feet away.
Okay, so I'm gonna chuck one hand axe to start, I guess.
Okay, go for it.
Hiya!
Huck 'em,
Are
chuck 'em.
you effing kidding me?
Mhm.
Oh, that's not completely
Sorry,
horrible.
how many zombies were there?
3.
Cool.
So 17. And then I'm assuming that hits, doesn't it?
Ooh.
17 hits.
Okay. And then the
Ooh.
12 for damage.
All right. Yes, you see the 3 zombies right in front there on the right.
Okay.
All right. All right, 12 damage on the same one that was being hit by Lamartes. And that was just one axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gets in deep as it kind of swirls, kind of knocked. And I'll say when it does that, it knocks into part of the embattlement here, and it's stabbed through the brain, and you see like it's lifeless for like the energy kind of seeps out in this kind of black mist and goes back into the ground,
Okay.
almost like it's looking for something else to animate.
Okay. Now I have a question again.
Yeah.
So Laneshi and or whoever I took this from, it's in my little features and traits list. It says that I have skirmish tactics, so when I hit something, I can take a disengage as my bonus action.
Yes.
So I can do that.
Right. You don't need to right now.
Okay, that's like if I'm like in range of like being hit with like a melee weapon.
Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Well then that's it. I'll be like, hiya.
That's pretty nifty. All right. Gorgo, the Black Mamba.
I will shoot the next one down with my longbow.
You got it. To keep your distance.
Okay. Well, hold on. That was nowhere. Okay. It fell over. Sorry. Okay, it was a 15.
All right. 15 hits.
Okay. Oh, no, that was a D10. I'm so sorry. I'm rolling a D8. Okay. Oh, that's still the same. 11.
All right. It's 11 damage. All right.
I stick my tongue out.
Yeah, sticks in deep on this thing.
Finally, I hit somebody. I'm so excited.
All right. Ruby.
Is the gnome with the crossbow around me or around here?
The gnome, it looks like he's a little bit further down trying to make their way quickly.
All right, I will throw my javelin that I have. Oh, I have 4 of them actually. So yeah, I'll throw that at the zombie that the throwing axe hit.
Okay.
$19.
19 hits.
And an 8 damage.
All right. Okay. Hits it. Still like the javelin and the arrow both are just kind of sticking out, and it's move in. Zeldris.
Cool. All right, I am going to use Eldritch Blast on the zombie that hasn't been attacked.
Okay.
22 to hit
That hits.
and 8 damage.
Okay. It explodes again. It's blowing some of the matter away. Still just lingering forward consistently. Bell.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
sorry. So, okay, cool.
No,
Bell.
go ahead.
Can I make it to the zombie that is that was attacked with the arrow?
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah.
Okay.
So Bell runs up to the next zombie.
And I am going to take a swing at it with my short sword.
Okay.
That is 15.
15 hits.
So 1d6 4. That's 5 plus 4, so 9.
9. All right. How do you want to kill it?
I want to chop its head off.
Awesome. You take a short sword, even though it is a piercing weapon, but it's okay. And the head flies off. And the same thing, this mist kind of pours out of the top of it and quickly into the ground.
And I don't. Is there any place to hide there? Because if not, then I was going to use my cunning action to either disengage or hide.
I mean, you could try to hide if you want. You're right there next to the other one. I mean, there's the barricades there.
Then I think I will use the rest my cunning action to disengage.
Disengage. Well,
Oh,
so you used all your movement to get there.
okay.
So disengage enables you to move, but you don't have movement to do so.
Okay.
You could cunning action dash, and then possibly take an op attack.
You know, I'm gonna chance it and try to hide in the barricade.
All right, make a stealth check.
Ooh, it's a 15. So plus where is it? So 6 is 21.
Okay. Very good. All right. Then this last zombie, the steel in the barricade cutting into it, it ignores it as it rips off some of its flesh and goes ahead and walks right past you. Yeah. Belle, you may take an op attack if you want.
I do. So is that just a regular straight roll? Right?
Yeah, it's just an attack, yeah.
14.
14 hits.
So that is only 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 damage.
Okay. All right, you attacking now, kind of interrupting it. It now turns to you and slams its arm into you for 16 to hit.
That hits.
For 7 bludgeoning damage. Right across your face.
Smack. Bust my lip a little.
Yeah. Blood flies in the end, and you could see, like, instinctively it kind of some of the blood that's on its arm. And Lamartis, it's your turn.
I'm gonna just start blasting. Point the bloodstone at the zombie that's there and firebolt it.
Nice.
Damn, that was so close. It's going to be a 25,
25 hits.
almost a 20. And that's 6 of fire damage.
6 fire. All right. All right. So flames scorch around it. It now looks charred. It's stinking the way that it's just burning away, but still slowly, relentlessly is looking at all of you.
I'm not eating that.
I might.
Kintur, it's your turn.
All right. And how far away am I from Belle and the zombie?
I think about 30 feet.
So I can move there.
Well, yours probably about 20 because you moved up to use your axes.
Okay. So I would like to go up there. Since I would be aware, I'm assuming that Belle is the one who saved me when I was down at this point, maybe. Upon seeing her get struck across the face, I'm like, then I'm going to go there and try and smack it.
Okay,
with
yeah.
my other hand axe because why not? All right. 16.
16 hits.
9.
9 damage.
Get him.
Die.
Yeah, how do you want to kill it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Could legally could I like bite it? Or does it have to be with the
Oh
hand?
my god.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
All right, can I like Melina this thing and like
Oh
savage
my
bite its like
gosh.
jugular?
Yeah, absolutely. Ah!
Sick.
You put it out, and it kind of the head lays back, the spine cracks, and it
Fuck
just
yeah.
goes over and falls dead. And again, the black mist coming out of its neck, and some of the goo from your lips.
I could imagine that whole conversation about not eating it and you saying, but I might, and then running over there and actually taking a bite of it. Just
Even
like,
all the dredgers are like, "Oh, in fact, she might go far down here."
well, then.
And
I
with
mean, if
that,
there's
they're like,
scarcity, then that really helps.
yeah, you see actually with that, you see a few of them begin to drag these over. They make a few more like cutting the heads off, and you hear the one you met, the hunter, yell, "Make sure you save it in case we need any food later. If we hunt bad, or that's not great, but oh, you don't die from starvation, just poison." And they quickly wrap up the bodies, and now we're back to sleep before we lose any more rest. And they all begin to, a little more worriedly, new respect found for all of you, make their way to go back to sleep.
I'm thinking this maybe is just a typical Tuesday. We go back to bed now. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm going with typical Tuesday too.
Yeah.
Or they woke them up to see if we're
We're like
cut out
with-
for
yeah.
helping them.
Oh,
Has the gnome
Either
come
ways.
out more yet or no?
You see Yezhin the gnome. He's out a little bit before he. I mean, if you catch his eye, he might stop for a second.
Yeah, I will turn towards him and I'll actually go towards him and grab. Is he grabbing, holding his crossbow still?
Yeah, it's firmly in his hands.
Can I try and take that away from him and put him on the ground?
If you want to do, I guess you could do athletics check if you want to grab it.
19.
19. Let me grab Yezhin's stats here.
Kintor, how did it taste? I know you eat raw meat, but that was a zombie.
Tasted like nothing I've ever had before, but I'm not complaining.
Did you
Is that just for
actually
you?
swallow it?
as long as okay. Yeah, I think I would, but like, my fear, subconsciously is that I could like take damage when I'm only at 3 HP, but I would have eaten it, so yes.
Zeldris, were you trying to say something before?
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
All right, so yeah, Ruby, you take it. You grab this thing and slam Yasmin on the ground. Or
I'm gonna
Yasmin on the
look
ground.
over at look over the crossbow and right next to it, like on the ground, just fire it, see if it works.
Yeah, it works.
All right, and then I'll just toss it back on the ground and just angrily like head back to bed, knowing that the crossbow works, but he just didn't use it.
Oh, I think what my friend is saying is that if you're going to be out here, you need to pull some weight.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Next
come on.
next time, I'm not sure he would hit the ground, but you might.
Oh,
Kind of doesn't talk. He just kind of nods and gets up and goes back to a bunk.
Would I be able to retrieve my hand axe from earlier?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure.
absolutely.
Before
Is
Lamartis goes to
thrown
bed, he's-
weapons ever like? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, if you throw a weapon, do you have a chance of not getting it back?
I mean, if you run
Unless
away
you,
from
like,
where
flee.
you threw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thrown weapons you pretty much can always get back as long as it's a safe area to get back, and as long as it wasn't something like lava or something along those lines.
Cool.
Lamartis is going to be like, well, you guys can go off to bed. I am going to stay up a little bit to make sure there's no surprises.
Gorgo is
Uh,
gonna go find like, what's the sleeping
right.
situation here?
Just a second here. So, Kintura, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for eating zombie
I
flesh.
fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. All right.
You just woke up.
You know what?
8.
Okay, 8. You have the poisoned condition.
Okay.
This gives you disadvantage on your checks, and you will take 5 poison damage. She's going to start making death saves unless someone stabilizes this woman.
YOLO swag.
Any of us wise
Son of
around
a
here?
bitch.
I'll take
Could we-
most of us aren't wise. I will go up and try to.
Belle's just
After like
uh,
seeing this, like I wouldn't eat that, and she's like runs over there and she's like I'm like, jeez. So I'll
Should we
try to.
just call the apothecary?
You could go try. Hopefully, we have enough time before it.
I just got a
Runs
perfect
course.
20 on the medicine check.
You got a what?
I got a natural 20 on the medicine check.
Okay. So you go over and you're able to revive her with a single HP.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
You
Sounds
kind of
wild.
go
Do it
over, you
again.
take the food out of the mouth, you shove in some water, you dilute it, and you come up with
Hey.
1 HP, Kintara.
Pat her
Remind
shoulder.
me to never do that again.
Yeah. Let's try cooking our meat next time.
I don't know. It was
Not-
pretty cool.
not-
I think you
I
should do
mean-
it again next time.
Should we warn the people here that they shouldn't eat the zombie?
Cooking
It
is
did kind of
overrated.
just. It did kind of almost kill her. and
One
they
of them goes,
did cook
it's a last resort in
it."
case we have to. But it has
I mean,
kept
yeah,
us alive.
food is food. It's like, yeah. Sure.
Though, so you're going to have that poison condition for 24 hours.
Love that.
So with that, as you go back to your rest, we will take our 10-minute break.
All right.
Okey-doke.
Quick question: since considered a construct, do I? I don't. It says I don't sleep. Is it the same rules apply as a Warforge?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Real quickly, I just I'm sorry, but I just feel like I described my character really poorly compared to everyone else, and I'm now actually prepared to do that. If I can.
Why don't why don't we do
We
that
can
after the
make
break?
a
We'll come
break.
back at 4:50.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All
So I
right.
just
Sounds
feel bad
good.
because like my thing was like no description at all, and everyone had like all the detail, like everything down to like the T.
It's
And I was
all
like,
good.
I messed this up.
You
All
joined
right.
us today. It's
Yeah,
no big
we're
deal.
all good. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right, cool.
All right.
don't mind us. We're just being gross.
All right. Nice.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh wow.
Oh my
She is
goodness.
large.
Jeez.
It was that moment she realized she had no sound. Why? Because my headphone cord was in my pocket. Hello.
Jeez.
Molly, were you talking while we were flipping each other off?
No. But I was like, oh look, I found something rifling around in there.
There's
there
a
any-
lot in here, man.
There's still some left.
Yeah, it came with 18.
Hi.
Okay. All right.
I'm getting in here. I don't care. No one's gonna stop me.
When we were in the tunnels, I was contemplating Shalene, like
Leaving
you.
me?
Yes,
Bitch,
and
I knew
running
it.
down
Sorry, guys.
and trying to use thaumaturgy to distract the bone minotaur.
Oh,
You have
would've been
that?
cool.
Yeah, because I get it because of my particular racial trait.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait.
I also
we
get
have
the ability
thaumaturgy?
to cast Shield of Faith once per long rest.
What's Shield of Faith do?
Plus
It's
2 to
Plus
AC,
2
right?
AC.
Yeah.
Sick.
So wait, is Ruby like a living doll?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get that at first. That's cool. I thought because at first, well, no, I did get that at first, but at first I thought you were an artificer and you had like a homunculus that was a wooden doll. But now I realize that you are just the wooden doll. That's
I
cool.
am the wooden doll.
That's cool.
Yeah, in Grim Hollow, there's a race called the Veshelkind, who are dolls because they were put in place of human or humanoid babies when they were taken by the Fae. I left
That's
the
cool.
That is a Veshelkind.
So yeah, so whenever I do the disguise self, it's back to the child that I was when I was taken. So
Oh, okay, that's cool. So like you can disguise yourself as like human.
yes,
That's cool. I like that. That's
Cool
interesting.
and scary.
No, the creepy doll.
Nah, dolls are. As long as they're not porcelain, dolls are cool.
Porcelain though, garbage.
Porcelain dolls are scary. They're scariest things ever. I can't deal with them. Just ever.
Oh,
Channing
you,
Tatum also doesn't like porcelain dolls, which is a weird thing that I know.
It's just, dude. I just once I stayed at my aunt's place and she had a porcelain doll in the room I stayed in, and I moved it out of the room, and I woke up before my aunt, and no one else was there, and the doll and what it was sitting on was back in my room, and now I hate them.
I've done evil things like that. All right, so. All right, I believe. See, Jalen, were you around there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. In that case, as you all completing your just as you complete your arrest, The person who you recognize, the young lady known as Doyenta, kind of shakes all of you awake. So you go,
Is this a long rest?
yes, you now have a long rest. Yay!
I just want to make sure I
We
have my
haven't gained
rages
any
back.
XP or anything, right?
Am I
The
still
milestone thing?
Milestone, yes.
Cool.
and am I still weird because I died again?
No, you would have you have your long rest, so you're back up.
All right. Long rest
Okay.
is.
Absolutely.
Wait, reset maximum HP changes during this rest. Is that correct? It's like an option to have it checked on D&D.
Is there anywhere?
Oh, that's if you took like the spell aid or whatever.
Okay. So it doesn't do anything for me. Cool.
Shouldn't matter now.
Is there anywhere in this like area where I can buy weapons or armor?
Well, as you're getting woken up by Dorianta here, as she goes, "New blood. We're gathering. Aberdis wants us to talk. Come." See,
All right.
as you follow them. All right. As you arrive, you see Aberdis has gathered all the dredgers here. The whole camp is present, and he deeply does this huge bow to you, like theatrical, crazy bow. As he simply looks at you, goes, "My new arrivals! We have much to talk about. You've doubled our number, give or take. Probably will be taken soon, but given that we're all in this together, I have a proposer for you. First, though," and you see a human-sized wooden doll come up. "We'd like to learn a thing or two about you, where you're from." First of all, this doll's talking is going, "We'd like to learn a thing about you, where you're from, how you got here, how skilled you are with a blade, or any other applicable skills to keeping us all alive. We must all pull our weight."
Is the gnome around or no?
He's
Because
present.
if the gnomes are present, Ruby will be doing eye glares at him.
Make an intimidation check, Ruby.
So even I'm not sure, but when Shalene did her long rest, her hit points went down to 16.
How
but
dare you
she's-
out me?
I'm sorry, Shalene. I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know either. I'm not sure. I don't think I had to. I put it in right when I
I
got
think
up
it
to
might
level
just be
2.
because. Did you
Yeah.
oh, wait. Never mind.
Make sure you're in manual, not fixed.
Okay.
And where you rolled your HP before is in rolled HP.
Oh, we're doing manual.
Yes.
Okay, so would it work for me to just override my HP?
You will, but the next time you get that long rest message, it will reset if you hit yes.
So, okay. Because all I see is like manage hit points, and then it lets me put something in for rolled HP.
Right.
So I would just change that.
You want to change rolled HP into what you've rolled so far for HP.
Okay. Well, I had 35 earlier. Does that sound appropriate?
But you would
Sounds
want
like
to
a
subtract.
lot.
You would want to subtract
Okay.
your con modifier twice, right?
I don't heckin' know. It was at 16. And now I don't know what it's
Okay.
supposed to be.
It's okay. So what's your class again?
Fighter.
Fighter. Okay. So I think
My-
fighter
It's a
fighter starts
It's a
at
The 10.
Yeah.
10
it's a-
plus con, right? Or do you start at 10? Regular HP.
I think I started at 16. I don't know. I don't remember.
It would have been 10 plus your con, probably.
Okay.
That's it.
So yeah.
And then you have to
+2
roll again.
The Constitution.
Yeah, so roll a d10.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Hiya. Okay, I'll go fuck myself. A 3.
So you should have 3 as rolled HP,
Okay.
I believe.
Plus whatever you had rolled for that last one.
Yes. For being level 2, you can just
I remember
add.
you rolling a 9 last time.
Okay.
So that would have been 19 for your rolled HP.
Okay.
And what's your con modifier?
+2.
Well, it's automatically going to put that in there for
Yeah.
her.
I just didn't know
Okay.
if it got to.
All right.
So you'll have
Sorry.
a +4 for your con. So it sounds like 23 should probably be your HP.
Okay. I'm just gonna trust and put that in there because I don't like numbers. But I was confused.
So don't put 23 in the rolled. It's going to do all the math for you. Put the 19 in the rolled, and then it does everything else.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I think that's right then. I'm
Okay.
okay.
So after he asks you to introduce yourself, you see the one you know as this is this one you know as Secker. Abadus is kind of like, Secker, don't be rude, but I mean, we of course would all love to know more about you and what you bring to the table.
And he's saying that to the whole group.
To all of you, yeah.
I just
Okay.
want to say I'm the table, but I won't.
I'll start because I was offended when he said my new arrivals. Kentura would like to state, I am no one's but my own, but you may call me Kentura.
And what it is it that you do?
I kill things that I don't like.
And eats zombies.
Yes, you did.
Like,
eat
put a
I dabble.
Put a finger up. Just,
Right. This is the second now it's talking. Fine, you kill things. Okay. What else? Well, what else do you all do?
I am also a killer of things. My name is Gorgo. I mean, my most recent history would not suggest that I am a killer of things, but I promise you I have done so in the past very well professionally, so...
I am Lamartus. I am a student of the arcane arts and purveyor of history, and I have a keen eye on things.
I'm Zeldris, and I have extensive, what's it called, necrotic magic, and I enjoy just seeing stuff play out and use.
See?
I'm Obelus. I also kill things.
All right.
And then
What's
Ruby
it?
is just going to be waving. Well, and then giving, then back to Claire's at the no.
All right. So you see a woman stand up here. She goes, Lemnor, then it sounds like you're all skilled warriors. The others don't like to talk about it, but we know that there's only one way out of here. The ditch gate. You could help us reach it. And Aberdus comes and he's like, stop! And the mention of this seems to cause the entire group of everyone trying to talk at once. You see Aberdus has totally lost the floor, and everyone's just like, oh, and there's just mumbling. It's like, are you crazy? And even Albert is trying to cut in, is kind of saying, people died the last time we tried. Even if we have the people, we don't have enough skill or supplies for another attempt. And the chaos of everyone arguing takes over.
I'll yell.
Can I scream out silence?
Very
Okay,
nice.
silence. Well, yeah, both of you, why don't you make an intimidation check?
Oh, before that, can I shape change into a Goliath to do it so I'm bigger than everyone screaming it?
You got it.
Cool.
By the way, my earlier intimidation was a 14 minus 1. So
22.
Okay.
14.
So take this moment, Zedrus, as you become this amazing large Goliath in this big intimidation. You can describe your character.
So I become huge and just bellow out silence, and slam down my quarterstaff a few times to make loud banging sounds.
Okay. And what does your character look like in general? You said you wanted to share the description.
Oh, in general, yeah. I just wanted to say he kind of looks like he likes to keep on like a very dark grayish, almost purple skin with like red tattoos, and he has like rag clothing with a witch doctor mask or plague doctor mask
Oh, jeez.
on, and he has very long silver hair.
Very nice. All right. So as you yell this, everyone kind of calms down and just kind of sits in silence, looking at all of you.
We'll ask for more information on this exit.
Aberdus speaks. The ditch gate. Well, it's a massive stone aperture, closed tight by a rune-inscribed gate. It's the only way out, as far as we know.
Cool.
I mean, why is it so scary? You guys are acting kind of weird.
It's not the gate, it's what guards the gate.
And what guards the gate?
Koragnir, the blue dragonborn, speaks here. Kind of lights up a little bit. Wow, a horrific undead monstrosity. I've never seen it, but past dredgers, and I do mean past, called it a crawling grave. So many bodies, all stuck together with mud and muck and roots. It sounds absolutely horrific.
I don't think we'll be able to do that now, but we can definitely help.
I'm a little bit sad that it's not our horned friend from beginning.
That would have been a little bit nicer.
Yeah, you guys make kind of, that thing's a baby compared to the beast.
So what
what's
do you
your
call
plan?
I expected that. Yeah, like you guys have
Sorry.
a plan or anything, or just
Survive here as long as we can,
No,
like we always have.
to. Oh, so there's no plan to fight the beast or anything.
Deanta talks, goes, well, we've tried before and people did die, and we're somewhat skilled, but sounds like all of you have much more combat experience than any of us. So if anyone was to come up with a plan, I think that would be you.
All right.
Does it attack anything that moves or just living / animated bodies?
The living
like
is what it.
zombies.
It's the living seems to be its main goal, but it'll incorporate zombies on occasion.
Do you know if it like is sleeping sometimes or like
Never gotten that close to it.
Well, you guys are really entirely useless. Okay.
But we're alive, unlike those who maybe you'd call more useful. At which
so
this
we're
Yes.
Yezhin at this point like fires a crossbow bolt and just kind of like nicks Corgus here across the legs. Like, those are my friends you talk about.
So now you fire a crossbow, but when we were dying in the tunnels, you were just yelling and running.
Well, you should run faster. You'll live longer.
Well, if you shot things in the leg, they couldn't chase us.
Somebody's gonna have to hold me back because I'm.
I think the real problem is that we're gonna need more than just us. You can't think that you should sacrifice our skills for your gain.
You'd get out too. Well, Mr. goes, yes, we would help. We would come and give what we could, right? And there's some grumbling. The point is, we don't have your skills. We would figure out what we can. But this is all we have. There is no more here than maybe what lies beyond the gate.
And you've exasperated all other options and rooms. You've mapped out this whole entire place. Is this why you believe it's the only way out?
Everywhere else has been dug and checked.
I think we should discuss matters in private.
Yeah, can we have time to discuss this?
I don't
course.
think they're...
Because of
Go ahead,
course,
Matt, sorry.
it was an Aberdus conducts. In fact, discuss and decide against it because it's a silly plan anyway. We should not go to the ditch gate. Survival is our best course of action. Even the warriors mightier than any here see the folly in this. But yes, have your discussion, and everyone kind of disperses a little bit.
All
I
right,
don't
what do we
really know
think?
what an alternative is. I mean, if we want to leave, we have to get out of the gate.
Yeah, I guess like we have no other options. It's either do that or sit here forever.
Maybe we could sacrifice the native people here to the monster and then run out while it is eating them.
Always a possibility. I think that we should go in with the idea of killing it. If it gets too hard, we just screw over these people and get out.
I wouldn't have suggested it, but they offended me, so.
I would like to see if there's anybody who seems to be eavesdropping on this conversation.
Okay, you can make a perception check.
Hiya! I'm gonna just. I'm done. You know, I need a permanent break. I rolled a 2.
Seems
All right, wait.
good. Seems clear.
Seems clear. Checks out.
All right.
That being said, if we take some time to observe this creature, we might get an idea of the things that
it can do.
it's more likely to be able to do or even to chase.
At the
True.
same time, I would like to tell everyone that we should probably keep it down with the whole let's sacrifice the people who are
I
here.
wasn't serious.
They don't know us. They don't know us.
We save them from zombies. What are they gonna do?
Can we send your little bird friend over to see about the monster?
We could. I would have to take some time to call him back. But I do want to talk to some of the others, especially the one that seems so against going to the gate. Maybe they know more about it and why, in their opinion, it's such a ideal folly.
As you're talking here, Aberdus kind of like waves, gets your attention, and kind of like gives the impression like he wants your permission to approach.
Oh, wait,
I'll nod at him. Yeah.
Okay. Too much time down here weighs down anyone's spirit. Don't think poorly of them or me, please. We all want what's best for us. I want to get out of here as much as the rest of us, but the creature at the gate is far too dangerous. We all need to prepare before we make the attempt. We're barely surviving. Here, if you hear me out, I have a request for you. I'm sure the others have things that they'd like your help with as well. And if we have these things, we might be able to make an attempt. And I would be willing to put my vote in, if that is what you all want to do.
Well, you were the next one I plan to speak to and get your opinion, personally. So tell us what's on your mind.
I want to craft a weapon. It's not my first trade, but the one I've picked up down here has been blacksmithing. I've plied my hand and come quite adept, if I do say so myself. But I would like some scrap metal and other usable material. There's various stuff around the ditches that fall in. It's quite dangerous to go hunting for these things. Specifically the mud zombies, which you've not met yet, I believe. But I can make better tools and weapons for us, should I get some.
That could definitely be useful against a large creature that you described.
Is the creature... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just gonna know. But are these imbued with magic at all? Are you able to do that, or are these just the best, well-made weapons down here?
Not as good imbued with magic, but I assure you there will be good for use.
Well, we have a party full of sword users, and I'm sure they can use them.
Yes.
But I will speak to some of the others, and hopefully we can make a quick market run around here.
Okay. He nods.
I'll ask him if he knows if the creature is like another skeletal creature, or if anybody has made it back who has even like glimpsed at it.
He pauses. I mean, Yajin has seen it. I have as well. Before I ran, but it's. I can tell you, it sits by the gate. It never wanders. Lemnor brings Lemnor over, and she continues. I've seen it while hunting. It doesn't even pursue you when you're running unless you take pot shots. It just goes back. All the barricades and the path leading up to it are honestly more for us than for it. Just don't go that way if you want to live and all that. But it's a monster of mud and bone and claw. It has no face. It just moves and roils like a disgusting wave across the ground. And all combined. It's one large pile.
All right.
I'm having another question. Do you know Mr. Yejin? This is who I'm talking to?
Yejin's there.
Why the big cowman likes to stay in that room? I mean, is it because he's just guarding the entrance here so that we don't go further? Or is there something special about that chamber?
I have no idea. I'd never seen the hymn before.
Oh,
So, should we check him out?
If you wish to go looking for things around, you're certainly welcome to. Especially if you need to find things. I'll tell you. Listen, if you're looking, if you're gonna go into the ditches, there's something I'd like you to get, if you could.
two quests.
I've left a variety of traps scattered about the ditches. I'm a little worried that you or some of the other new ones are going to set them off. So, especially if we go hunting for the beast. So, if you could find my traps and disarm them and bring them back to me, I'll use them to prepare for the final battle at the ditch gate. Plus, it won't kill us when we're trying to get there.
Cool.
Do you remember some of these areas that you dropped them off?
As they like to say around here, I've slept 1,000 times. And I have no clue. I put them away long ago. Can't do that.
Fair enough. We'll
Maybe
keep our
every
eye
room?
out. Do you have a...
No count?
What is your type of trap? What do
Oh.
you set?
I've done kind of like bear traps, man traps, tripwires.
All kinds.
Yeah.
All right.
Just and I don't know how many have gone off. Have killed an undead for me, so just find what you can.
Cool.
I'll probably tell Lamarta's I've gotten a little bit deft in dismantling traps and fiddling with locks. I might be able to help there.
And I also, I don't
That
know
will
if
be useful.
would I have any like specialized knowledge of these things as a ranger.
I mean, you have a little bit of knowledge of traps.
Okey-dokey.
You've probably set some to capture some stuff.
One of the next people, because I will go down my list, because I'm pretty sure there's everyone that has their opinion and something they want done before they feel like they're comfortable enough to face this beast. I'm going to go to Secker next.
Secker. See Secker's kind of just sitting against a wall here, tapping their wooden fingers. Oh. All this arguing you're discussing, I think, wastes time, though. Not really far from our most precious resource, but we cannot grow complacent. I think we need to make better use of our time, if you ask me.
Agreed. Action is the only thing that will get anything done. But seems like we have to make a few trips around before everyone seems to be satisfied and comfortable enough to go. Do you have anything that you need out around the ditches?
I think what I need is something for when this inevitably fails and most of you are dead. But I do need a plant that can actually grow. I keep the garden around here. And I use these blue crystals that we find to essentially mimic sunlight. But they're not really doing the job, and my supply grows short. Type of plants that helped your friend who apparently they never gave a mouth to. But at any rate, if you can find a plant that grows without the need of the sun, that can more readily flourish down here, I can at least do something.
Will do. And from what I remember, some of the zombies had moss and stuff on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So the only person
While
you haven't
they,
talked to that was around is Lemnor.
Lemnor. Okay, and Kragnar is not here. Kragnar.
He's around. Yeah. Sorry, you've not talked to Krogner
Okay.
yet.
I'll
And the
talk
gardener
to
was
them.
who again?
Secker.
Gardner is Secker.
Thank you, perfect.
Who are you talking to?
I'm gonna go to Kragnar next.
She kind of looks at you. The blue scales just kind of glowing, glinting in the firelight. Hi, this is so trivial. We have the manpower to attack, so why don't we? Instead, we need to be doing field research. We need to make preparations. Speaking of which, legend has it that the monster before the gate is a gigantic undead monster. I'd like to learn about it. A tissue sample should be enough.
It is our
Delicious.
goal. But I seem to feel like you are not as worried as the others in terms of just going head on.
Well, I want some research. So, if you want to convince everybody, why don't you just bring me back a piece of this thing so I can take a look at it?
I don't
Well-
know if back will be where we're going.
Just go up to it, take a little bit of it, and come on back. Everybody says, did you hear them? It doesn't pursue anybody. That way I can do a little bit of my studies and figure out what we need to know.
If it is seeming so easy, how come you have not done so already?
If I die, who's going to do the calculations around here and help everybody? You're the ones who bragged about killing things. You hear any of us bragging about killing things? Suddenly we're like, oh, we like to kill things, and now when there's a chance to just get a little cut, we're all scared, aren't we?
I really thought I was going to like you because I'm also a hunter, but I am changing my mind.
Doyanta's the hunter. I'm a calculator.
Oh,
She
I understand.
is somewhat of a studier of the arcane, although she's a bit pompous. I will say that maybe we can stop to get your sample if we end up having to run that way. I take it that if we're fast enough, it won't catch us, but not everyone will be able to do that here. And I'll kind of satisfied and done talking to this one. I will start walking away to go to the
Lemnor?
Lemner. Yeah.
Oh, that's who I thought we were talking to.
No.
We were talking to who? Oh, wait, I'm so confused.
Kragnar.
Got you.
Yeah.
You approach Lemnor. She's sitting with her arms crossed. She walk up like, the attack needs to happen, but Aberdas might be right. We could be beyond us, even with the extra hands.
You may be right, but trying without the best opportunity before you might die from not trying anyways. I mean, how long do you think you can last? I'm not sure you all will have the luck that Yajin has.
Well, I seem to find rats easy enough. But if I was to try this, I don't think my heart would be in it without Cora.
And
Who's Cora?
who is Cora?
Coral is my wolf. I lost her in the ditches a few sleeps ago, and everyone else tells me she's dead, but I know she's alive. If you could bring her back. Please,
Do you know-
if you're going out there, just look for her.
Is she alive
You
or is
describe
she
her.
animated?
She's alive. She's a wolf.
I understand, but there's also zombies down here. Have you not realized?
Yes, she's a living wolf.
Is there
Can you
anything that
describe her
she?
features?
You know, her ears look like wolves. She has a wolf-like nose.
Does she have any favorite foods or like nicknames that she will come to?
Coral. She likes most meat. She's a white wolf.
Okay.
Excellent.
And she has eyes of the hunt.
Lemonor, do you recall what room you were in when you lost her?
I mean, one of them, it was one of the times we had to run from the beast, and she lagged behind.
And no one has taken a crack at possibly running a map of this place. I mean, Yajin would possibly have one, right? Seeing as he's been here. There's plenty of sleeps over.
Yejin has an idea of the place. I don't know if he ever...
Well, then looks like that useless twerp is going to be riding with us then. Hopefully he has learned to pull the trigger quite often now. Or more often now.
We can just put him in the front lines.
Out of
trying
curiosity,
to trace
since your wolf has gone missing, have you guys
All
had
right.
any mysterious meat to eat?
She kind of balks up a little bit, like, how dare you? No, I'm in charge of the food, so I think I'd notice.
Just asking. Some people around here seem shady. I'll look for your dog.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I think they're right. Being down here definitely does set your mood some type of way. The only thing now is to hopefully appease some of these people so that they can help us get out of here. I do agree with your sentiment that if they don't help and we push come to shove, that we do leave them. And I say this, quietly to Zeldris. But all in all, the more hands, the better.
I agree.
And it definitely seems that they're more willing to help if we perhaps do some of these things. And
Oh yeah, no,
the
I'm not
idea of
taking
having
that one.
the idea of having better weapons sounds appealing.
Oh yeah, very appealing.
So that is on the top of the list, and I wouldn't mind having the hunter fully be into the goal that we have at hand before us. So I don't know if you can help, Gorgo, but if you tracked any animals before, this is the best time to learn or to get started.
And I'm also thinking maybe we can like combine some of these things. Like if we leave some meat inside of the like live trappings rather than the murderous ones that we find for what's his name who wants the traps, then we could
I-
Not only
maybe
that, but we have to get the traps that lead up to the boss, and we have to get a piece of the boss too, so we can do those at the same time.
yes.
All right.
I agree.
well,
But let's maybe make meeting the crawling grave a little bit at the end of our task.
Should we go get the blacksmith's items in the mud?
Yes, let's talk to Yajin and see if he has an idea where scrap metal might fall.
Okay. Go to the Yejin.
Hello, Mr. Grumpy Gills. We have a question for you.
Hi. You're gonna help us get out of here? Sure. What is it?
Well, I think we're thinking that we are going to go try and find some scrap metal. You know where this is maybe most likely to be found?
I mean, if you... I would say your best bet would be to, you'd want to dig. There's various things... There's various things in all areas of the ditches. It could be anywhere. You just kind of pick a room and you salvage around, see what you find. It's what I mostly do.
Can we come with you on one of your next excursions and we can look while you are digging around?
I mean, I'd come with you. Yeah.
To be honest, Gorgo's request was just a nicety. You were definitely coming with us no matter what. You have the best lay of the land here, and it would be like going in a completely blind trying to navigate down here.
That's fair enough, and I'm sorry for running. There's no way we are going to beat that big thing. At least not the condition you were in. I just wanted to get back to the safety of the camp. But I will fight. You have my word.
Trust me, I'm sure Ruby was going to make sure of that nonetheless. And maybe while we are out, you could subconsciously move your feet in the right positions to avoid your traps that you've placed.
Here's open.
But what other, I'll ask him, what other offshoots or what other tunnels lead from where we were before? Because I'm guessing there's multiple ways to get up to this camp.
Aye. Well. Here. Takes a moment here. It's like he begins sketching a rough outline for you in the dirt.
Okay.
I'll give you an idea of the area. I mean, from where you were, there's another way out. Not out of here entirely, but
Oh, shit.
he goes, there's a way that leads. It kind of goes where the zombies are coming from. It's another way out, and it takes you amongst the tunnels themselves. And from there, just one area attaches to the other. Occasionally, a few pop up. And then more get made. Because from where you were, south is a nice, a little more shiny of a room. If we go back that way, and he kind of points, it's kind of where the zombies came from. He's like, that kind of leads eventually towards the gate. And a little south from where you stand, he goes, down there, it's a few gems, some of the blue stones of the gardens. But, yeah, we can go exploring if you want. Things change a lot around here.
You've noticed that. Is there always new additions since you've been here?
New passageways open up. Since I've been here, yeah. Occasionally they transform. Even the passageway that exists turns into another.
Hmm.
Do you know what
Interesting.
causes this?
No, I don't know.
And how about the source of these zombies? Do you know where they come from?
No. We don't know anything about this place. We just know that we all died. We're here. And when one of us dies, y'all saw that little glowing light, right? That brought you back.
Yeah.
Yeah? It's the last thing you see when you die here, too. It bursts out of your chest and stays there for a minute, spinning and howling, till it vanishes, along with any life you might have had. So, yeah.
These wall shifts, do they happen instantaneously or over time?
You just wake up one day and the room's a little different. Sometimes another room, sometimes a wall. And a new room and a new passageway is open, but all paths that way, any motions from where the zombies came, they all lead to the ditch gate.
Oh, there's one person we didn't talk to, I don't think. Deanta, the human.
Diana would come with you, even though she'd probably die in the process. But
Can I whisper that that'll be one less person to bring out of here?
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Humans tend to bite off more than they can chew. It would be sad, but it is the nature of what is down here, and it's the nature of the world itself. But I think we should be out as soon as we can. The quicker we are out of here, the quicker we can have a real meal.
Let's take her with us.
I'll go find Yanta and offer her to come with us. Or ask her to come with us.
if you think my knowledge would be helpful, I'm.
What just happened?
I think we lost
Thank you.
him.
He's
Oh, I
lagging
thought
out.
it was
no.
me. I'm like, no, not
No,
again.
my internet.
Didn't even do anything.
Student, I like to study the things around.
Okay. You cut out a little bit there, Matt, but I think for the most part I got that she likes to study the stuff down here. And
So she's
Yeah.
down to go.
okay.
Yeah, then she's willing to do it. Actually, okay. And she goes, I just there's a task I need to do here first.
What is it that you need help with in the camp?
It was the beyond the gates, I think there's a necropolis. An ancient city that predates the Ostorian Empire. I think it's where all the vampires came from originally. They lived there. And once the sun was eaten or whatever happened to it, they came from. And I want. This is a horrible place, but it's still filled with valuable knowledge. And I just want to be able to do some research before I risk my life. If you can find etchings or any type of remnant from the civilization.
I think that can be done. But what puts you under presumption that there is such a necropolis beyond those gates?
You might be surprised by the amazing ways ordinary objects are
Well, ultimately I've seen and I've looked at the gate, and I simply remember some of it, and she kind of pauses for a second, and she goes, "See, um, I think it's what was referred to as the city below. I mean, we're below. It's speculation. No one's ever seen beyond the gate, but this could be the bottom of civilization. We might be at the bottom where all of it started before it reached the surface. Imagine knowing things when we get back up. Imagine being able to get the information to people who might be able to handle some of the atrocities that roam the land. And we pass it by just because we're scared for our own survival."
Do you know how long we spent in the light before we woke up here?
She lowers her head. No one knows. No one knows how long we spent.
Sorry. I wanted to think back and see and poke my mind if I've ever heard of the city below.
Make a history check.
Oh, that's a 12.
I mean, you know that in the Estonian Empire, known as Nova Stoya, these vampires didn't just pop out of thin existence. There are tales of them coming from below ground, and there is always rumors and speculation as to where they, what must have been there. Scattered reports from some early mentioning a city into which they fought a war long ago and came up to claim a new land.
This city does sound a little familiar, but maybe you're right. It's best that we go digging around and hopefully we can get everyone on our side and get out of here. Now,
I would like to propose that she stay here and instead gives us, if she has supplies for like rubbings of these etchings,
Yes.
to take so that she doesn't die.
She quickly finds charcoal and very thin parchment paper, and she's able to goes, yes, if you take any of these, anything you can get that I can figure out exactly what might lie beyond. I mean, once we've opened that gate, who knows? Is that gate to keep us out? Is that gate to keep us safe by the blessing of Aurelia? Who knows?
All right. I'll take them and put them in my bag.
All right. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do here?
Not for me. I think we should head out.
Are we still doing the tools first so that we can maybe have tools for later things?
I think so. I think finding the metal would be a good thing because I don't think we have a whole lot.
yeah, I would say Yajin, obviously, right? He doesn't really know where it would drop. We're just going to have to kind of pick a random room. So I would ask everyone if they felt going like to the shiny room in the south or towards the blue gems and other gems. Maybe we could find metals there.
I'd say shiny, but I don't know why it's shiny. I'm assuming it's because the light's coming through there at some point. And that would cause a hole for scrap to fall through. But I don't care.
Oh, this is smart. I would agree. Let's do that.
Sure. Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
I believe Yajin said that was a little bit newer too, so it means new scraps, less taken out of there. So
Yeah,
It's
yeah, exactly.
totally-
If it's newer, then less likely it's been explored and looted.
While we are traveling there, can I just be keeping an eye out for any like signs of wolf?
yeah, and I want to be looking for traps the whole time.
So do I.
Yeah. So
Same.
here you begin making your way down. Yejin kind of taking step with you, grasping his heavy crossbow very tightly, and nodding at many, and a few kind of as you walk by, kind of say, "Well, in case you don't come back, goodbye."
We'll be seeing you later.
Yeah, and
Face
Yejin just
get
says,
eaten while we're gone. Goodbye.
I've turned
Yejin
into
even says, he
ice
goes,
cream.
"Listen, loss happens a lot around here." And yes, so we begin walking down, and as you make your way south to the crystal room that Yejin described, we will end our tale for this evening.
Word.
Cool.
Going to the shiny place.
Got a whole bunch of
Looking
quests,
for
guys.
Yeah.
Whole hella side quest.
Each quest gets us one person to hell. Basically.
Side quests. All right, so those of you watching on Twitch, I'm going to sign off, and we'll be back with the same adventure but different people at 6:30 p.m. EST. So until then, we'll see you there. Bye-bye.